Welcome back, aviationeers and aviationettes. If you didn't know already, the name's Wetter42, and today we will be talking about our very own community. Now, what the hell are you talking about? Where's the server? And how can I connect? And I'll get to that very, very soon. But first, I wanted to quickly talk about the reason why I've been so persistent in starting my very own server. And that reason is giving back. Okay, I know, yeah, it's corny. But if you give me just a few minutes, I'll explain everything. And for those of you wondering, I'll post the flight path on the screen. You see, I knew I've always wanted to be a pilot, since I was a kid, growing up multiple times near either military air bases or large commercial airports. But that click moment wasn't until I went to a conference in Las Vegas a few years back that everything changed for me. They had a full Airbus A321 setup with PFDs, thrust levers, foot pedals, flaps, the whole 9 yards. And anyone who was interested could sit down and take a shot at landing the plane. Not only was the landing extremely familiar, but I was able to perform one of the best landings the coordinator had seen that day. No auto throttle, no help at all. But this is the crazy part. It wasn't new or even surprising. The fact of the matter was that I've flown that landing before. Not on this sim, not on this setup, or not even this airport, but in GTA 5, on these collections of mods that I've built from scratch, without AI by the way, in order to make flight a more realistic experience. I realized that from running all of those landings on GTA 5 runways, with these somewhat realistic handlings, I'd learned the intuition necessary to gently land an aircraft. It was at this point I had an idea. What if, before I got a private pilot's license of my own, I passed on that opportunity to learn, free of charge, to people that may be interested in a potential career in aviation? What if this same simple collection of mods on a 5M server had the potential to change lives, create networks from all walks of life, inspire others, and make something truly special? Well, something that spectacular would need a name. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you All Things Flight. Learning the basics of aviation and flight safety, to transporting passengers, to taking a trip to another location to hang out with friends. All Things Flight aims to serve as a safe haven for people seeking a unique flight simulator experience. It offers an experience no other 5M server before it has been able to achieve, a term I coined as the SSRP. To understand this, let's first take a look at the average RP server, not just for 5M, but for any game. When it comes to the average RP server, what do you have? 1. Requires players to be active to fill roles. 2. No longer fun if key players aren't around. 3. Not always fun to play if you don't have a friend group to play with. 4. Doesn't really progress unless active players are online. 5. Strict rules enforced by players needed to keep the roleplay engaging. And lastly, sometimes littered with toxicity. Whether trolls or staff members, toxic players always ruin the experience for everyone. Hopefully the shortcomings are clear. You can only have a one-of-a-kind experience when all of the stars align. Now, what's the goal of an SSRP? 1. A place where players can come and go without slowing down the pace of the world. 2. Fun if you're alone or with friends. 3. You can interact with the world, players or NPCs, in a way that's natural and realistic. 4. No nagging feeling to stay behind and clean up after yourself, or uphold the gameplay for others. 5. Rules are defined by code and not players, and it's enforced by code and not players. 6. You have a unique footprint on the world, whether you're plane spotting or delivering cargo. 7. And finally, the initial goal is to level up and become the best pilot you can be. but that would only scratch the surface of what you're able to become, who you're able to see, and what you're able to explore. In essence, SSRP, or self-sustaining roleplay, is a world that lives on, with or without you, where the more time you spend interacting with the world, the more footprint you have on it, and the more access to that world you start to get. So where is this server and how can I connect? And what can I expect when I do? Well, the server's not quite up yet. As of today, I'm still looking for server hosters that can support a new and growing player base. But once it's up, it will be pretty empty, to be honest. Despite that, the server will start off as a pre-alpha state. And over time, it'll evolve into what I know all things flight will become. How will it evolve, you may ask? Well, let me show you some of the projects I'm implementing and have implemented. So this is the wall of HTFU, also known as Hurry Them. Well, you get the picture. On it are some ideas that I have that will eventually or have already come to life. Some smaller projects you've seen before, like persistent plane steering or TOLA or G-force measurement, and a few others already playing out nicely. But let's talk about some of the other hidden projects we're going to be bringing to life in the coming months as well. One mod that's going to be a public release is called Titan Management. This mod will allow players to access the cargo hold of the Titan, open and close the hatch from the inside and out, and switch between sitting down and standing around. More on that in another video. Another one you've seen is the AI traffic and autopilot mod. This one's a bit hard due to the landing and alignment coordination, but I have some ideas and I'm working on it. And who can forget the secretive crosswinds mod? This one allows for pilots to experience wind forces on planes that make flying and landing more challenging. More on that in another video. Lastly, we have tug planes. This one will give you the capability to control various aircraft as a pushback operator, giving flying at the beginning stages a bit more realism. This one will also be a public release. Keep your eyes out. Now hopefully you're about as excited as I am regarding such a server, but the question is, how will you be able to build and work on such scripts? This is where the fun begins. Every other Saturday, I will be doing streaming on my lab environment to build and develop these scripts, allowing you guys to join in, see the thought process on the design and build phase, as well as toss in suggestions and even throw your ideas in the mix. The schedule frequency will change as my life gets less busy, so stay tuned on that. And lastly, we'll be hosting competitions in-game and out for prizes, one-of-a-kind experiences, and more. Alongside that, we'll be hosting knowledge bounties. Now you may be asking yourself at this point, what the heck is a knowledge bounty? Well, a knowledge bounty is a way for you to help our community by solving challenging problems, unlocking knowledge, and getting a prize for your diligence. It's first come, first served, so the fastest mind to the draw wins. Lastly, I appreciate your patience with me as always. I've said this before, but please stay tuned as I work to create the most exciting flight experience ever, and even more exciting community. For those that have stayed subscribed, I can't thank you enough, from the bottom of my heart. Today's a huge milestone, and I couldn't have achieved it without your encouragement and your loyalty. There it is. You're all caught up. I've showed you everything that has to be said. So thanks for watching. And a special thanks to 2K Genesis for testing out our latest handling for the mammatus with a flight stick. His channel will be available below so you can check it out yourself. Get ready, and I'll see you in the skies.